What is up, everybody? In today's video we are officially going to start up the E30 for the first time. All that in today's episode. My name is Ryan, this is Project Race Car. Let's get into it. So in the last video we saw that the injectors were wrong. I had RSX Type S style injectors. I needed RDX. I got these guys on Amazon. I won't be running them. This will just be a kind of first start. I ordered real ones that are like OEM quality. And those will be getting here very soon, but I figured these Amazon ones will at least do good for the first startup. I looked at the reviews and one of them said that they exploded and caused his car to catch on fire after doing a pull. So we will not be keeping these in for very long, but they will be good to at least start the car and let it idle for a little bit. So what we did in the last video is, or at least off camera, I unlocked the ECU by jumping on the Link software and putting in my unlock code. I also calibrated the map, or the TPS, the throttle position sensor, and that is all calibrated. The ECU was making very good sounds, the wiring harness was making very good sounds, so it sounded like everything was ready to go. And you guys saw that the actual crank went really well and it sounded good, it has a good compression. So let's jump into the car. We will get everything kind of loaded up and make sure that all of the sensors are good, and then we will be good to fire it up. So what we will need is the crank position sensor to be working properly. The injectors, the spark plugs, we'll do a quick test on both of those. And then the TPS will be good to go. And then we will kind of hook everything up, make sure that there's no fuel leaks, and then go to fire it up. To get it running, we won't need a crazy amount of other stuff like the VTEC and all that stuff. So we will just need fuel, spark, and all the sensors to be working properly. So Link will have a nice little light that you can see. So that is on and the ECU is powered up. I just did a first click to the run position, and then we are just waiting for it to connect. Awesome, and I've just been kind of pretending like I know what I'm doing. I don't, but I've been, like, it seems all pretty easy enough to just kind of fiddle around with, and there is a lot of different stuff going on, but again, everything is pretty well labeled and kind of makes sense. So if we look down here, we can see the TPS, and when I push on the throttle, it goes down. So push on the throttle, and it is reading accurately. Nice. Cool, so when doing an ignition test, we can click on here, test cylinder 1. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I can hear it. And then I went through and tested all of them. So all 4 of the coil packs are working, which is a good sign. Now we need to test the injectors and do the same exact thing. Then just go to fuel, injector test, and we will be able to do the same exact thing. And you can hear that one. Right, so that's all we're listening for. Those things are quite loud. Injector 3 and injector 4. So all of those are working. So after messing around and turning the key on and off and everything like that, I realized that we didn't have fuel pressure at all. So the fuel pump wasn't actually kicking on, I didn't hear anything, and so I realized that we didn't have any power to the fuel pump, which I realized is the fuel pump relay. So with the wiring harness, it came in and says that auxiliary 1 is the fuel pump relay, and if we look here, the fuel pump relay is on the, like this guy. So we will be able to hook that up and type it into the Link ECU software and make sure that auxiliary 1 is set for the fuel pump relay. And what this will do is allow us to click the fuel pump on, check for leaks before we even start it. And so right now I believe that we are able to be at a place to kick on the fuel pump. Okay, so for the fuel pump control, we're going to set it to standard. And then for the output, we're going to set it to auxiliary 1 because that's where it is on the wiring harness. We have it on a low setting, and then this is the test. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off now. That should have pumped to the thing, so we are going to now go check the fuel rail. Okay, so a little bit ago, I said when I was hooking up the fuel lines that they might be backwards, and all I will have to do is just swap those. Anyways, I turned on the fuel pump. I did hear it. I opened this, and this was bone dry. So I was like, okay, maybe it sent the other way. So I opened the fuel pressure regulator, and now we have fuel just on the opposite side. So what I need to do is get underneath the car and swap those two things. And I will do that tomorrow. I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Again, a little bit of diagnosing stuff, but we will still get it started in this video. Like I said, this is just how it goes, and you just have to be prepared for it. So things take a little bit longer than you expect, and it always is just a tiny bit of testing patience. So anyways, we are still going good and still moving forward. And again, just working out that last 10%. Okay, so since the two fuel lines are swapped down there, I figured the best way of approach is to jack up the car and get them from underneath. And I will just loosen those bad boys up, swap them, and then we should have fuel pressure to the fuel rail. Then we will be able to check for the correct leaks if there are any. Hopefully there's not, and then we will be able to fire it up. You guys have been incredibly supportive, so I appreciate all of your guys' support throughout the entire build. And it's, you know, something new for me, something hopefully new to you guys. And so I'm glad that I can help in any way that I can, even if it is just for that one little minute detail that you guys are missing. Hopefully my videos can be of help whenever you guys do this sort of build. If you guys do have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I try to respond to all of the comments, so if you guys are struggling with something, maybe I know the answer. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. We have tons of plans for this car, and we are going to make them happen. So it did prime, and we do have now 20 pounds. So I'm going to screw this screw and kind of see what it does to the fuel pressure. Okay, so after priming the fuel pump, we got it up to 50 PSI, which that should be good for right now. And we'll kind of see how it reacts and what happens. I've heard, again, 40 PSI versus 60. So we will kind of just meet in the middle. I think that it's ready to crank. Okay, I guess here goes nothing. Ready, Greta? Okay, I'm gonna try to run it again, and this time a little bit longer. Okay, so it runs, it fires up just a tiny bit of throttle, and the thing's already just like easy start. Again, this was first try, this was first startup, no tuning, absolutely nothing. The link comes with a pre-installed kind of base map to help you get it started. I think I'm just going to mess around with fuel and kind of learn a little bit about it. You don't need a lot to get an engine running. I don't want it running too lean or for too long until I get things kind of situated, but it's the first start. So I will need to kind of dial everything in, but this is a huge step in the right direction. I went ahead and touched all of the headers, each cylinder on the headers, and all of them are firing and at equal heat cycles, so we at least know that all of the cylinders are firing. And it starts. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting to hear this thing. In this video, I will try to get a little bit more fuel added and get it idling properly so that we can actually get a nice heat soak in it and get it up to operating temperature. But again, this is a great first start. The amount of days that I've been working towards for this day is quite insane. So it's kind of crazy that we are here and that it's actually somewhat running. It at least starts. So you know, it's a big accomplishment, and I think that when I first started this, I was thinking that it was going to be a lot easier than it was, but we just stuck through with a lot of perseverance and got here. So if we look on the ground, there is a tiny bit of, I thought it was oil at first, turns out it's coolant. Luckily it's not fuel, so we don't have any fueling issues. But this is also, the idle is a little bit rough too because it doesn't have the IVAC hooked up. So it doesn't have any like idle control right now. So it is just a little bit rough, but man, this is a good first start. And as you guys could hear, it was actually quite loud, but not terrible. I think that it'll sound nice and good when we get the idle, just real tame. This is a full 3-inch exhaust with a muffler and a resonator, but that's it. It's pretty much straight pipe, so it will be a little bit smelly, but it should be pretty good. Also, my new injectors are on the way, so we will be able to get real OEM injectors in there, and this thing will actually be coming together. When I do get it idling, I want to make sure that the fans kick on, number one, and number two, that it doesn't overheat or get too much heat in it. I also want to keep checking for leaks and make sure that nothing is leaking or burning or anything like that. I saw a bit of just white smoke, and that could just be from the new exhaust, new parts, and all that stuff, but it could also be a little bit of coolant burning, so I want to make sure that that's not happening, and I want to make sure that everything seems good. Sometimes with new engines and new builds, things can take a while, again, just to get a heat soak in it before it actually starts running correctly. Okay, so I got a trickle charger on the battery, that way we aren't dying. And then I'm logged in and just kind of like looking at the numbers, making sure nothing looks bad. And then in the engine bay, I went ahead and got a line to hook up the IVAC and got it in front of the throttle body. And then I went ahead and plugged this hole for a vacuum leak. I believe that that's supposed to be the vacuum for the brake master cylinder, but I could be wrong about that. But at least we got it plugged for right now, just to kind of hopefully get this idling a little bit better. Okay, we're gonna give this a shot. Nope, not yet. Okay, so I have been learning a ton and just kind of taking my time and slowly finagling through all the Link ECU software. This is all new to me. I'm gonna do a little bit of research and a little bit of part ordering. I think that something isn't working properly. It seems to be a little bit weird. Something's not either calibrated or working properly. I might need to add fuel. I might need to adjust a sensor. That kind of stuff is always a little bit finicky, especially when you are kind of new to all of this. So we are gonna get one more start for you guys. I want you guys to hear it, and we will keep adjusting stuff, and in the next video hopefully I will have everything a lot more evened out and having it idling properly. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's get one last clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it does help me out a ton. And we finally got the E30 running. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Let's take one last look at the sound of the car. Idling, again, not very well. You can hear, kind of sounds like a misfire. The engine is for sure a little bit shaky, but it is running. That actually sounds a bit better. Okay, so as you guys can see, she was a little bit upset. It was a better idle than what we have been getting. I will be replacing these injectors. These guys are just on Amazon, and I know that they're trash. I have brand new OEM injectors coming very soon, so that might help get a accurate reading on these injectors. I might contact a couple local Link ECU dealers. They are going to be most likely the best people to be able to help me out and get this thing tuned properly, even if it is just a road tune. But I'm going to keep finagling and keep trying to figure stuff out, because you know, it helps if you know kind of what is going on, and then with a little bit of help, hopefully from a local dealer, I will be able to get this thing running properly. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for all of the support on the videos. And until next time, my name is Ryan. This is Project Race Car. Have an amazing day. Peace.